It's like knowing that you have poison in your hand. You know how the poison was created, but yet the poison is still affecting you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Like a drug dealer getting high on his own supply. Literally,
Right.
it's the
Right.
same equivalent.
Right. And like I say, for them to give their stories and let us know, like, yeah, like they were very transparent, which I appreciate because I mean, we all could admit everyone has those days where we scroll and we're lackadaisical and we spend hours on Instagram, Facebook, so TikTok, whatever platform it is, right? But for them to be
Hmm.
honest, and
Hmm.
it's like, wow, like, it's just crazy. Yo, this is the new crack. I like this is the like social media could really be comparison to the
Basically,
crack. I hope I don't. I might have to bloop that out, but um,
no, it
that like
really is. It really is, especially if it's something that people can't consciously put down and stop for a moment of time. Like if you feel as though that you can't go a couple of hours without checking Instagram, Facebook, or any social media platform in general, and you consciously told yourself you want to stop and you can't stop, that is the definition of an addiction. And just
exactly.
like how crack cocaine, right, and things like that ruins people's life. Any addiction can ruin your life because now you're no longer in control of your own action. You're just going with the emotions. You're just going with this with the primal instinct of whatever that habit or whatever that action is.
Right.
And Trey, it's actually interesting because in the documentary, bro, they actually talked about how the people working at Google, some of them were addicted to email, but then they would go home and they would see their kids, scrolling on their phone, right, and being hooked on things like that. And
Hmm.
then, and that's just email, right? This was before even social media became popular. These same engineers and inventors, right, who would go home and literally see, right, the results of their creation in front of them affecting their kids. They took a technology persuasion class, I believe at Stanford University, where they literally learn how to make technology even more persuasive. So I want you guys to really understand and hear that the creators of these apps and these platforms that we use, they took a class to teach them how to create technology that is persuasive to you. What is persuasion? Is being able to influence somebody to making a decision, right? That you are in favor of.
Hmm.
That's borderline manipulation right there, right? What's
Right.
the difference between
Right.
persuading somebody and manipulating them? Right? It's a very thin line. See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They might as well just say that it was a class on manipulation, technology manipulation.
Yeah. Exactly. Especially talking about the psychological aspect of it, because I'm gonna let you get to your points, but I do want to add this: like these social media developers, they have certain direction on grasping the masses psyche, right? They want to
Hmm.
psychologically have us in a grip where we don't even see it. And we all see
Hmm.
that on our social media feed. We talk about Dunkin' Donuts, how we had 2 donuts this morning and a cup of coffee, and the next thing you know, it's on our social media feed. Why?
Hmm.
Because they literally collect data from us. They see how long we are looking at these posts. They see exactly what we're looking at, right? They see exactly the
Hmm.
conversations and listening
And
to the
yes, that's true.
conversations.
They see exactly how long. No, Trey, I was just to add to your point. I really want to double down on that. Exactly. They see not only what you're watching, like they see exactly what
Mhm.
you see, and they see exactly how long you're viewing it as well. And determining on how long you stay on that one specific photo, video, or subject will help tailor the timeline to you. And now what this does is that this can this is in a way, right, learning exactly who the person is by their interests, right? Being able to hack into their camera and literally watch your retina movement to see if it's something
Hmm.
that's catching your attention or not. That is very interesting.
That's
That's
extremely
not
interesting,
horrifying.
and I don't know if it's AI who does it or if there's 24-hour government agency monitor like people monitoring us. Like I'm not sure how they do it, um, but like you say, it's beyond scary. I don't know another word that's terrifying. I'm flabbergasted at the fact that they even are able to do this. I mean, where's the censorship at? Where's
Mm-hmm.
our rights to our privacy? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie. When we
Exactly.
first download the app, we don't read the fine print. I'm pretty sure somewhere in there it's
We
giving up
signed
our
away our
rights.
rights,
Yeah. But look, I do
literally.
want to I want to draw out another point from the point that we're on, because it's very it becomes a domino effect when our censorship or our privacy has been taken away, because now they have come into our minds, right? Now they see exactly what our interests are. They see us when no one else sees
Mm-hmm.
us. When the door's closed and when we're by ourselves, they still see exactly what's going on.
You're still being
So let's
watched.
think about that. Let's think about that for a second. How dangerous could that be if they understand exactly how your mind is working? They understand exactly the interests that you have. They understand exactly what you're going to say before you say it. They know what you're going to order the day you order it. They know you love shopping on Shopify. They know you love Fashion Nova. This it's not just marketing purposes. This is scary, where they can make you spend money that you didn't plan on spending. But I think it's scary because
Yes.
they could keep you on the app potentially, depending on how willful you are, depending on how conscious you are, for longer than what you prefer. And not only that, this is the point I was getting to. Imagine a person who's going down a rabbit hole, who thinks a certain radical way. And I'm not talking radical as far as someone who goes against the norm, because I kind of resonate with that. I'm talking radical as far as someone who's ignorant and they don't understand they're ignorant and they believe they're ignorant so much. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because on social media, they're getting fed the same exact beliefs that they're talking about with their friends. Now, this becomes dangerous
Mm-hmm.
because their ideology is now a fact to them. Why? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
constantly being validated by their social feed, which is dangerous. A person could think the sky is red. Like, or we're just saying something that's random for an analogy. A person could think the sky is red because somebody on his social media feed said it, someone who has influence said it, and then he sees it all day. You understand what I'm saying? So this social media feed that the app developers are feeding us could be dangerous, and the reason why is because they're feeding what you're interested in, and you may take that as a fact, but no, whole time it could just be some people who have the same beliefs as you, but they're not factual at all. And this becomes dangerous because now you're thinking a certain way and you're taking
And you
emotion and you're Xing out logic. So yeah, let me hear your
and
thoughts
you
on that. You
and you're reinforcing false information in a false belief system. You're reinforcing things that might not necessarily be true just because you're seeing it over and over again, right? We have a few numbers, but in the past couple of years, a lot of the political figures across multiple countries, right? A lot of first world countries as well that have social media now, they went from having candidates that were more central based, like maybe they were kind of lean a little bit conservative, a little bit liberal, but they were somewhere in the middle. In the past recent years since social media, the candidates that have now got into office from a lot of countries are now far right or far left candidates. They're now not in the middle anymore. Even us as Americans, right? Statistically, back in the 60s and 70s, somebody could have been Democrat and they still vote Republican. Somebody could have been Republican, still voted Democrat for their president, right? Or whoever their senator was, because us as people, we weren't so polarized in our political leaning because of social media and the reinforcement of what you think and what this party is saying is correct. It doesn't even matter which side you are. Now you lean so far right that you can't even have a conversation with somebody on the left side because you've been reinforced that the right is right, so much. In reality, that's not true. The world, surprisingly or not, the world isn't as black as white as we think to seem or for us to try and believe. There's a lot of different shades of gray. But what social media does is that it takes our belief system, it takes this algorithm, and it puts the things that it knows is going to keep us on these platforms long term, right? Something that's going to be in agreement with you to keep you on that platform. Imagine if you say, right? Imagine if you say, imagine if you're a person, right? That, and we're going to get real deep here, right? We're gonna get real deep here. Imagine you're a person who, let's say, you don't physically like your body that much, right? You feel as though maybe you're a little bit overweight. You feel as though maybe you can kind of cut back. You can go to the gym, get a little bit bigger, right? Or get more cut. Maybe you should lose some pounds. But you go on social media and you get reinforced body positivity. No, you should just like your weight for how you are. No, you're fine, right? It doesn't matter. As be happy with how you are. You get reinforced that, reinforce that, reinforce that. Very soon you're gonna start identifying and believing with that, knowing that that is not probably accurate, right? We all know, right? Obesity rates are higher than they were back in the day. We all know that people can die from heart disease, from gout, right? From high cholesterol, strokes, all these different things. But imagine all of the truth that now is being denied by a false sense of reality that's being reinforced over and over again. It could be with anything. That could literally be with anything. Imagine you keep saying that, oh, imagine you say